Welcome, one and all, to Dynamite D&D. My name is Steve Negretti. I will be your dungeon master for the evening. We're going to kick things off here. Dynamite D&D is my summer project where a group of friends come together and tell some stories and play some games and have a bunch of fun. Once again, my name is Steve Negretti. We're going to go around the table real fast and introduce everybody individually. Starting to my left, we're going to go Sam first. Sam, say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Sam Hears, and I'm so happy to be here today. It's going to be a real fun episode for you because I'm going to be playing my character named Robair Ribbons. Genasi, Ranger Extraordinary. Always go in the heart, where the heart points you.
Away from your children.
Next up on the docket, going from Sam's left, we are going to go to Erin. Say hi, Erin.
Hello, Erin. My name is Erin, real life sister to Sam, not Robair, and real imaginary friend, and hopefully adopted son to Robair. I play Korv. I am a young, spry, widowed husband with anger issues and trying to figure things out, and a little bit quick on the decision making. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Erin is playing an Aarakocra bard. To Erin's left, we have Paige. Say hi, Paige.
Hi, this is Paige, and I'm playing Idunn Korpsnata, the Goliath Barbarian. She is out to restore balance to the land by turning her enemies into knots, like tying them into knots.
Last but not least, the man himself, Curley. Say hi, Curley.
Hey, hello, everybody. I am Curley, as Steve said. I'll be playing the character of a half-elf, sorcerer. Yeah, I don't know why I can think of the word. Hazel Groundswell. Sweet summer child Hazel. And you're going to know a lot about her this episode because I'm drinking coffee.
Thank you
dangerous.
once again for
Cheers
joining
to
us.
that.
We are going to give a quick recap of the adventure. Last time on Dynamite D&D, a lot of things happened. The adventurers started off finishing up their adventure in a underwater cave in the riverside. They had a harrowing task to retrieve a rainbow pearl that was down in a deep water cavern, surrounded by a vicious shark. We don't actually know if the shark was vicious because it didn't really get a chance to attack anybody before they killed it and took the pearl.
Whoops.
But they went back to town
It bit someone hard.
and they
It did, I think.
notified
They tried to
everybody
dump the water
that the
first.
toads were the
We
pickpockets.
threw
That's
dead
right.
bodies
The
in
toads were the pickpockets that were stealing the items from everybody in town. They were
Cat
very
and mouse.
happy to deliver the stolen items back. All the townspeople came back and grabbed their stolen items. One item was left unclaimed, and it turned out to be some sort of pot, which Hazel noticed there was magic, some sort of magic radiating off of it. The heroes then undertook the challenge of finding a fisherman named Saris Cassidy. They journeyed out to the west of town and tracked him down to an area that looked like it had been blighted by some sort of curse. The ground was blackened and rotted. They found a shaft that descended down into the earth. They entered the shaft and found Saris in command of a legion of severed human hands
That was gnarly.
that he was commanding with a knuckle
in a certain
bone
way.
that he had fished up from the bottom of the lake, river. They made short work of Saris, took the knuckle bone from him, and stopped the rampaging claws, hands with claws. Hazel took the knuckle bone to the cathedral, wherein the high priestess underwent a ritual to destroy the knuckle bone. Left behind from the knuckle bone was a seed infused with healing energy that the heroes took gladly. In town, they also undertook a couple of side adventures that the town guard captain Yako had given them. They went into a root cellar where they found some talking rats that were looking for a quest. They didn't have any quest to give the rats, however, so they had to leave them. They had to leave the rats in the cellar. Also, Korv had a run-in with the lodge master.
Oh, boy.
Do we
His
ever
name
talk
was
about this
Carl.
now?
Carl was having a problem with people picketing out front of his lodge because they wanted overtime wages so that they could cut their hours and get paid, compensated the way they deserved. Korv met the leader of this picket line, said that he would make things right, went inside the lodge, and then had a conversation with Carl that didn't go quite as expected. Carl ended up recruiting Korv to help him load up a show that was coming into
Whoopsie.
town. Instead of having the stagehands do their job, negotiations kind of broke down. Korv said, yes, we'll set up a meeting for 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then flew out the door without talking to any of the
That's pretty great.
picket
Known
line
as that
members.
line bird.
You know, I live a very short life. I don't have time for this. I tried my best.
The next day, instead of going to that meeting at 9 a.m., the village alarm had sounded, and a wounded lumberjack was spotted coming in from the Gullywood, which
Not
is the
Korv's
woods
fault.
about a day's away where the lumberjack teams go and harvest their wood. The lumberjack said that their camp was attacked by bandits. The bandits apparently had a giant bird with them that had killed 5 lumberjacks and captured the rest. The party hastened to the lumber mill where the head lumberjack, Felix Lionslayer, said, if they've got a big giant bird, you should talk to Lyle Windward. He's a renowned bird watcher. They went to visit Lyle Windward, and he gave them his old bird watcher's journal, telling them that he thought it sounded like a Saren great vulture, a very, very large vulture with a violent bent. They hastened into the Gullywood to track down these bandits. It took them a day to get to the Gullywood, and so it was nighttime when they arrived. They braved the darkness, entered into the Gullywood in darkness, tracked down the bandit camp, slew a couple of them without them noticing. Definite surprise round there. One of them got away, but they did take down a couple of these banditos.
Banditos.
Felix Lionslayer and his contingent of lumberjacks that had followed them to help out secured the area while the heroes tracked down the one that got away. They tracked down the one that got away to a cave in the middle of the Gullywood. They engaged in combat, and the giant vulture swooped down. They were forced to kill the vulture, and they killed a number of the bandits. One of them, once again, got away. Different one this time.
I don't like her.
We rejoin the heroes now at that cave, having just survived the harrowing battle. So everybody was
Tops.
pretty worse for the wear after that fight.
Yeah.
Say what?
Our good friend Robair almost died.
Thanks for reminding
yeah.
me. We had one scout escape, and now we have to search these caves.
I want to look for these
Yes.
lumberjacks
Let's
that
find the
might be
hostages.
hostages or hurt or tied up or.
I want to look for
That's a big
tracks, like many tracks of maybe bloodied tracks of injured people.
Roll a investigation check.
19.
Yes, you definitely see a lot of heavy foot traffic going in and out of the cave, including some dried bloodstains.
Hazel cast light on a stick.
You have light on a stick.
I don't want to lead the way, guys. Does anyone want to go
What's
in
your
this?
what's your HP looking like?
She's close to death.
Also-
I'm a 12. I can do it.
Point of order. What saved Robair was the one healing item I had, so we need to get more of those, please.
You have a biscuit. Heals
do-
one.
I do have
heals
that
1
ration.
HP.
Hazel eats the biscuit.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe we should give it to the hostages. Break it up,
Hazel
crumble it
spits
up.
the biscuit out.
Oh, go ahead and finish it up.
Hazel reads the biscuit.
I got one more spell slot.
Delicious.
I'm gonna give you 5 HP. You're at 6. I can create 10 good berries
Okay, these are the good
and
berries.
give out each one individually.
So
Here you go,
jealous.
Hazel. All right, I'll give you 2, so you're at 10.
Sure. Thank you.
Here you go.
And I
With
need
your
to use
biscuit,
those as
maybe
well.
you crush it in your biscuit,
Oh, the biscuit's gone.
and then I eat the other 3 for myself. But yes.
You can see a flickering light from inside the cave. Looks like there's a bonfire inside, a campfire inside.
Eden, you want to go first? You can have my stick. It's got light on it.
I'll take it.
I was
Give-
willing to
give
fly
stick.
in first. I
Give
have
me.
cantrips myself.
Remember what happened at the
No,
necromancer cave? You flew
I've
right in
learned
there.
my lesson. I think.
Look, flying in caves
Into the
doesn't mix
oubliette.
well. The gods gave you feet with your wings. Use both.
No.
Make
Use
use of
both.
both.
It's not. It doesn't look good. It doesn't
Robair, do you
feel
know
right.
any gods?
Combination. Yeah, well, there are many gods, as we all know.
Not know of, but no.
Everybody's just standing outside this cave after a harrowing battle talking. Do you know any gods, by the
I
way?
personally
that's Hazel's
worship 2
personality.
gods.
Eden is going in the cave.
And the
Okay,
hand.
everyone, shut up.
You enter into a cave and you see a campfire burning. And inside the cave, you see some makeshift cages that hold a team of lumberjacks in one cage and a young girl in another. Everybody is lying on their back and moaning in discomfort, except the girl. She's just unconscious, it seems.
Hazel would make way towards the.
Eden would like to go to the cage with all the men inside.
No! No! Don't hurt us anymore, please!
Don't worry. We're
Please!
here to help. We're here to help.
We'll build your wagon, just don't kill us!
We killed the bandits outside. We're trying to help the lumberjacks. We're sent from the town guard of
We're
Star.
from
Wait
the
a
town
minute.
of Star.
Wait a minute, I think Are you? I heard about you. You're
Hazel.
those 4 that joined the town guard, aren't you?
Yes, I am Robair Ribbons,
Oh!
Air Genasi.
Oh, thank Lathander! Guys, we're saved. Guys, wake up. Get up.
What about, who's the girl out here?
Oh, I don't know. She was here when we got here.
She looks. I want to
She
inspect her, see
hasn't
if she's
she
okay.
hasn't stirred since we've been here.
Hazel wants to check on her.
We've been here for 2 days, locked in this cave.
She hasn't moved in 2 days.
They wanted to build a wagon, and we were going to help them build the wagon. They were going to use us as slaves to pull the wagon and load this girl on. I don't know what this girl's about, but they seemed pretty intrigued by her. They put her in a separate cage and everything.
She
Has
hasn't
girl been
moved in 2
asleep?
days.
She's been unconscious. It's bad. It's bad, man. Oh, it's bad, man.
Can I check the girl and see if she's stable?
You can
Conscious?
attempt to get into the cage.
I want to check.
Oh,
How do
she's
you
in a
want to get
cage.
into the cage?
I want to check if there's any magic on her cage.
They're crude wooden structures. Obviously, no magic on them.
Break this cage open, please.
Eden would like to open the cage with the men in it first. Can
Force
I
the door.
force the door
Roll
open?
a strength check to break open the door.
10.
10.
Oh, wow.
The cage is hastily and poorly constructed and.
Awesome.
Oh, that was sweet Victor! We're free. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, geez, what can we repay you?
Okay, if you guys are able to walk, there is the rest of the town guard or lumberjacks. I mean,
Yeah.
relay
Just
the
outside.
information of wherever their direction is.
What did I tell you? I told you Felix would come for us. Felix Lionslayer, bravest man I ever knew. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll meet up with him. Are you guys gonna be okay in here?
We should all go together.
Do you
I
have
think.
one?
That-
Oh, actually, yes. I said don't go. Actually, one of the bandits escaped outside. I want you guys getting hurt.
Let me at him. Let me at him. I want revenge on that bandit there. Let me at him.
Do you guys have any information? You've been in here with them this long. They wanted you to build a wagon for this girl, but did you overhear anything else?
Well, they said that they were working for some guy named Herod. He sounded like their leader, some bad news individual. I'm not sure. Seems to be the leader of this operation, but I don't know. Something seems weird. This is too calculated for bandits. They seem to have some sort of goal in mind.
Look, let's focus on
Eden.
getting these people back to town.
Okay.
Eden, can
Eden
you-
wants to open the other cage.
Roll a strength check.
17.
Oh, it's a
You
12.
easily, with one finger, you just kind of flick it and it falls apart.
Done.
Robair goes and wants to stabilize the girl, so roll a medicine check, Robair.
He's
5.
smiling.
Oh.
After
wake
your
up,
harrowing
wake up.
battle, where you yourself was knocked unconscious, you're still a little foggy-eyed, and you can't quite grasp the situation.
Who else feels adept
Like,
at
I
medicine?
think-
Hazel will try.
Korv,
Yes.
I want you to search
ready.
the cave while we're
13.
getting this
I'm
girl out.
gonna. I'm
Investigate for stuff.
fine. I'm gonna use my cantrip. I
Use
need
your
to light
legs,
my,
too.
Light my dagger. 'cause,
Hazel.
Like, I can see.
Goes over to the girl and begins to tend to her, checking her pulse and assessing her vitals. The girl, as you examine her, number one, has shockingly silver hair.
Beautiful.
If you saw it from a distance, you would think it was actual silver.
Now's not the time, Eden.
Second,
You're getting ideas.
as you examine her and check for
go to the
wounds on her
salon.
body, you notice that she has a silver-colored gem embedded in her chest.
Like skin?
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, lady, your hair glows blue. I got light blue gray crystals coming out of my forehead. We're all magic here.
I've never seen someone else with
As
silver
you
hair.
gather around and look at
And
the
look at
girl
frickin' Eden,
and
man.
her strange gem inside her chest, the girl's eyes flutter open, and for a moment her pupils dilate and retract as she looks around and assesses her situation.
You're among friends.
And all of a sudden,
We're here to help.
she shrieks.
Trust
And-
me, we're here to help.
She wrenches herself away from you, and as she rolls across the ground back towards the edge of the cave, you see her body shift and transform into a large brown bear.
Where did
crackers.
my song of rest go?
We didn't have time.
The
You gotta
the
cover your back,
bear
your neck.
backs into the
Ow.
corner and growls menacingly and swipes its claws at the
I have
air.
2 in animal
What?
handling.
What?
Okay.
It's on its haunches. It's trying to rear itself up and
Animal
make
friendship.
itself look very large and imposing.
What?
Yeah.
What does the owl bear's
I have
eyes
2.
look like?
Brown bear. Roll perception. You notice that
It's
the
the freaking girl.
brown
No,
bear
but if she's still
has
intelligent.
streaks of silver going down its crown of its head.
Hazel's doing like a. It's okay. It's still okay, guys. Don't attack.
No one's going
I
to
think
attack
she's
the
okay.
bear.
Eden would like to try and non-verbally communicate that we're not because I've got pretty high animal handling. That we are not trying to hurt it.
Goliath.
So I got 3 animal
Roll animal handling.
I got a 1.
Ooh, a 1.
But 4 with animal handling.
The bear takes this as a threat
Damn.
and rears up even more and backs up against the wall.
Get behind me, Eden. It's
Way to
okay.
go.
Get behind me.
Get behind me.
Everyone, kneel down. Kneel down. Put your hands down on the ground.
I like that. Everyone, make yourself smaller.
Put your down wings away.
I'm kneeling.
Everybody kneels down on the ground
Bear bud.
in front of the brown bear. And as you kneel down, the bear walks forward and starts batting at you with its paws.
Nobody
Not
moved.
slashing at you, just batting at you.
Steve,
It's
can I
wounded,
cast an
remember that.
animal
It's
friendship?
not
I
an
am
even
too.
fight. It's
Spell.
4 against 1.
Your spell does not take effect, but as you gently pluck your loot behind your back on the ground, you see the bear's ears perk up,
That's just cool.
and it looks at you as you're playing, and then
Toot, toot, toot.
We can heal your
as
wounds.
suddenly as she shifted, she shifts back, and she's breathing hard.
Okay, we got
You're
music.
You're-
in tune.
you're a bard, aren't you?
We came to rescue the poor lumberjacks that were here. What happened to you?
I don't really remember. I only remember that these men captured me and they've been torturing me for I don't know how long.
What's your name, girl?
I don't remember.
The lumberjacks said you've been unconscious longer than they've been here, over 2 days.
I shall name you.
I
do I need
can't
to
remember
do that?
anything.
Hey, calm down, calm down. We can rest here. Our
Only-
bard friend can help us.
Only pain.
Let's get out of this stinky cave.
I will help you find who's done this to you.
I wanted to understand why a bard would calm you down. Is it the music? Is it a relationship that you're familiar with?
I don't know. I just
Take it,
heard
though.
the music and could somehow tell
Keep
that
playing.
magic was coming through.
Would you like to accompany us back to our town?
I certainly want to get out of here.
I can carry you.
It might not be safe here. If this is a bandit hideout, you know, it might not be safe. The scout left. It might return while we
you-
rest.
Can you walk? Are you able to travel slightly?
Yes, I can walk.
Maybe we.
I mean, she just turned into a bear,
Yeah.
so, you know.
What if we meet up with Felix? He's gonna want to know where we are.
Let's go with the lumberjacks, meet up with Felix,
Maybe
and
make
we'll
camp
make
with
a
them.
decision there, yes.
Okay.
Can I investigate the cave for treasure?
I'm glad you thought of that.
We need money. We need to eat.
Something, yeah. Starting to run low on funds.
Roll an investigation check. Again, you having just regained consciousness from the battle outside, the firelight's messing with you.
Dang, some gold would help right now.
May I investigate because I'm desperate for funds and sparklies.
You may investigate the cave.
Woo!
never mind.
19.
No.
You find a small stash
Sparklies.
of
Sparklies.
funds that the bandits were holding on to.
Paper
You
sparklies.
find 40 gold coins.
Let's go meet up with Felix.
I'm gonna peck him with my beak.
Are we
Can I
going
offer you any
to-
assistance in walking?
Ginger beer?
No, please don't touch me.
Can we call you something for now?
Hard life.
Water?
Coffee?
Oh no, I had coffee.
I can't remember my name, so you may call me whatever you wish.
Wait, I thought Robair screamed that he was gonna name her.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
The
you.
daddy in the
We
group.
shall call you Petunia.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay.
Okay,
Hey.
daddy.
Hey, Petunia, you like that?
That's
It's as
the
good as
third-
any other name, I suppose. You exit the cave and you head back into the Gullywood and meet back up with Felix Lionslayer and his team. You explain the situation to Felix and he greets the girl and introduces himself.
Felix, have you ever seen this girl?
I've never seen this girl in my life.
You
But
know
if she's in trouble, we'll help her.
Thank you, Felix.
Oh, that's sweet.
You're a good man.
What are they calling you? Petunia? I suppose that's
Or is
lovely.
it pet tuna?
The
Petunia,
bird.
I am Felix Lionslayer, head lumberjack of the village of Star. We shall escort you. You shall be troubled no more by these bandits. She seems standoffish as Felix addresses her, but accepts his help. What's the plan?
What do you think, Felix? Should we camp here for the night, or should we
Yes.
make it back to town?
Pretty worse for wear.
Well, let's assess the situation. We know one of them got away.
Yeah.
We'd have to set up
Can't
a
be
guard.
sure if there are reinforcements coming or not. But you all look a bit worse for the wear.
Let's rest.
One way or the other.
I
It's
rec-
going to be a dangerous gambit.
I recommend a short rest with a song of rest.
All right, we'll hunker down for an hour, and then we'll head back.
I think it's probably like in the middle of the night, right,
My
Steve?
my plucking fingers are starting
Yeah.
to.
and you were traveling all day, so the lumberjacks are getting pretty weary.
Hang in there, guys.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
What do you
After
forget?
the rest, Felix says, you all should go ahead, and we will bring up the rear guard. It's quite clear that the four of you are much more effective in a fight than we will ever be. We'll leave point to you.
Okay, walking back to town.
Totally
As we
fine.
walk, I tell everyone the story of how Idunn tied her cousin into a knot.
You journey through the Gullywood for a time. The night is dark. Have you illuminated any light sources?
I have my dagger
Look at my
lit.
light.
Cantrip.
All right, so you're traveling through the Gullywood with light illuminated, and you are following a semblance of a main road. It seems like the lumberjacks in their traveling back and forth have worn down a bit of a goat trail, if you will, a lumberjack goat trail. As you begin to get to the edge of the Gullywood, you come to a fork in the trail right here. As you approach the fork in the trail, you see two figures walk out from the trees, so you can see the trees all around lining the path. The trees, if you try and get to their central area of the cluster of bushes, that's where the trunk will be. Obviously, behind the trunk would provide a semblance of cover. But you see, walking out from behind the trees, the woman with the longbow that got away. She steps out. I am afraid you cannot take the girl any further. Two menacing-looking, thug-like individuals
That's a threat.
join the group.
Why not?
You saw what we did to your other minions. You think you can take us now?
I'd like to remind her that tell her that we've got a huge band of lumberjacks that are behind us on our flank.
Performance check for that.
13.
Those lumberjacks are no warriors. We disposed of them easily.
Don't talk crap
As
about
far
Felix
as
Lumber-
I'm concerned, you are the only threat here. Now, hand over the girl. This is your last warning.
Never!
Very well. Have fun, lads.
Where'd
be
she
in
go?
every session now.
Where did she go?
How long has it been since the first encounter where I cast Mage Armor? Has it been 8 hours?
No, it has not been that long.
I have 14 AC.
Roll for initiative.
11.
You get.
16.
21.
21.
We're going to
You got
start
it.
taking turns keeping track of initiative. Curley,
Got it.
you get to keep track of initiative.
Yeah.
Can I hit him with my sword, Steve? 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
15 damage.
Are you aiming to kill?
Kill, kill, kill.
I didn't need to give
In
her this.
the neck.
I didn't need to. No,
In
You
the
guys-
neck.
You're okay.
Your leader left. You have no reason to fight us.
Now one of your guys' heads is missing.
Our leader is Herod, and his wrath is far greater than hers.
And Hazel's gonna run over here next to her friend Idunn and then shoot crossbow at that gentleman over there. Which one yelled our leader's Herod?
Herod.
Herod.
This one.
Ah, I can't. I don't think I can shoot him. I'll go for that guy. Let's go, baby. Aiming with that crossbow. Ooh, that's 20 to hit. 7 piercing.
He takes an arrow into his arm.
It doesn't have to be this way.
I'm gonna go swoop in and attack the guy with my short bow. 8 to hit.
8 to hit does not hit. Petunia runs forward, dives down onto all fours, and shifts into a bear form.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just charges towards
Jesus.
these thugs. This
You're
one
up with
is going to attack Petunia with a mace.
No, he's not.
First attack against Petunia. 15 to hit against Petunia. That is a hit for max damage. Youch. Her second attack from the mace is also going to hit for another 2 damage. Again, she seems unperturbed.
Good for you,
The
Petunia.
other one is going to grab his heavy crossbow and take shots at Korv. That's a 9 to hit with the crossbow.
No.
I'm gonna shoot at this gentleman.
Did that guy get a chance?
Those aren't thugs.
Oh.
What?
This guy's not a thug.
Oh, you.
Okay.
So
He's
confused.
got a different name.
All right.
I didn't look ahead.
He's gonna get a thud.
Who are you attacking? Got it.
14 plus 4 plus 5.
14 plus 4 plus 5 is going to hit, yes.
8 damage.
Are you aiming to kill?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm done with mercy.
And then shoot that guy. Crossbow. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
2 piercing damage.
And I'm going to aim a nice short bow right in his face. 6 to hit.
That will not hit.
Come on.
Arrow from your short bow thunks ineffective against his leather chest plate.
yeah.
Petunia, she's gonna bite at it once and then claw at him once.
Broke Hazel.
The bite unfortunately misses. The
Attack
claws,
roll.
however, also miss. Again, this guy is
try.
going to swing twice with his mace against Petunia. Hit against Petunia. Another 1 damage. And his second mace attack against Petunia. Also gonna hit. Another 1 damage. This man is going to shoot his heavy crossbow at Korv once again. That's not going to hit at all. That's a natural 2. Frightened by the bear, he runs away and takes aim with a wobbly arm and shoots wide.
I'm gonna start loosening on this guy. Gonna be 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's gonna be 4 piercing damage.
Sword in the face. 15 to hit.
That will hit.
15 damage.
15 damage.
Going to shoot at the same boy. 15 to hit
That will hit.
and a 2 damage.
This guy's just riddled with bolts and arrows so
And
far.
he's still alive?
He's got three arrow/bolts in him.
So, short bow, 10 to hit.
10 to hit will not hit.
Get your bird brain in the game. Go.
Petunia's gonna bite and
Don't
maul.
call me bird brain.
Sorry.
Critical fail on the bite. Sorry, Petunia. Let's see what happens to you. Petunia's gonna roll a D100. That is a 99. She loses her footing while attacking and falls head first. She falls prone, first of all, yes.
Stupid bear.
Then she rolls a con save, which she
getting-
crits on, so that's
Oh,
okay.
cage
She
first.
falls down and hits her head on the ground hard.
You guys must have felt that.
So she takes
I didn't.
5 damage from cracking her head.
Oh
on the
oh
ground.
my
God.
god, that poor bear!
So that was one attack, and now she's gonna spend half her movement to get back up.
Oh.
And now she's gonna maul.
Hang
Nope,
on
that's a
tight,
miss.
Petunia.
He's going to
Oh,
attack
yeah,
Eden.
he's-
11 to hit,
Nope.
and then second attack, 22 to hit.
Dang. Okay.
6 bludgeoning damage. Crossbow coming at Korv. 17 to hit on Korv.
Yeah,
Take
that's a
5 piercing damage.
Not today, mister. Not today. I'm going for this guy.
I
20
get
to
it.
hit, 5 damage.
Eden.
Eden Snotter.
Eden's fine. Paige is having a flashback.
Ah,
Sorry.
Triggered.
Somebody blow out their
I
kneecaps or
want
something?
to. Yeah, kneecaps are not cool.
Those kids in elementary school that could like wobble them around.
Now we need a break.
Oh yeah, break.
Go for
we're
roll
gonna
for
break
me,
it.
Sam.
Around 8:15.
Woo!
Jesus.
19. 9 damage.
Do you wish to kill
Yes,
this
kill.
man?
Kill him gruesomely.
So I'm shooting at this boy. 21 to hit. 3 piercing damage.
Drawing my arrow. 21
To
to
hit.
hit. 6 damage.
That is a hit with his mace. He does 3 bludgeoning damage on Petunia. One
She's
more
out, isn't
attack
she?
on Petunia is
Oh, jeez.
a critical fail on the bug. He is going
Woo!
to roll on the critical fail chart.
Please go into his own eyeball.
80 on the critical fail chart for the thug. He thought he was going to land a critical blow on the bear, but he didn't, and so he panics. He ends his current turn, and he's surprised until the end of his next turn.
Time to finish his friend.
Critical from Sam. Robair.
Toss those 20s.
Roll
13.
and roll D100.
83.
Your strike surprises your opponent. He's double surprised. Until
Nice.
the end of
Oh,
his
wow.
turn. However,
Does he have a heart
that
attack?
is going
His
to.
face
Do you
is
wish to kill him?
No.
You don't wish to
No.
kill him.
Just unconscious.
What?
We're gonna torture and interrogate.
Side
You
eye, okay?
have successfully resolved combat.
Thanks.
Petunia crunches down on his head and kills him.
Oh, no torture.
well.
I'm
Good
okay with
for
that.
you, Petunia.
I'll allow it.
Hazel's
But
silent.
you get him good,
Hey,
girl.
save some for the rest of us.
Maybe that'll
I
help
want the
her
eyeballs.
heal.
Are you okay? Okay, I want to search the bodies and see if there's anything we can discover on them.
Yes, let's wait for Felix to catch up.
Out from this area of the trees jump 2 jackals. And suddenly materializing in the middle of the glade, a glowing, floating warhammer appears. Roll for initiative.
15.
11.
12. You got an
22.
accent.
Once again,
Oh, man, I'm
2
gonna do-
jackals jump out from the trees, and you hear chanting coming from this direction.
I'm gonna shoot at this guy. It's a bow and arrow. 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
9 piercing.
The jackal jumps directly into your arrow.
Come to me, puppy.
Gonna take a bite against Eden. 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Robair, the spiritual
No, I might
weapon,
go back
takes
to a
a
whip.
swipe at you. 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
And you take
What, the
6
specters? These spectral
force
creatures?
damage.
It is a
And you see from behind this tree trunk, he points his finger towards who's it gonna be. Eden, roll a dex saving throw. Because you're a barbarian, you get advantage.
19.
19, you save. You take no damage. A bolt of fire cascades down from the sky above you, and you twist your body out of the way. And then he disappears behind the tree again.
Ah, dang it.
Ah.
You gotta
yeah. Hazel's
support.
gonna shoot at him.
Think
21 to
that's a
hit.
great idea.
Yeah, so it's two piercing damage.
What's the range?
He's gonna roll concentration. He passes his concentration. The spiritual weapon persists.
So I'm going to use Vicious Mockery.
He
12.
rolled a 21 to his wisdom saving
I
throw.
got it. Right?
After
right?
Korv,
Scout.
Scout.
No, he saved against it.
Oh, Robair!
She pulls out two short
get your
swords.
insult book.
She
I'm
takes
working
2
on it.
swings at Robair.
Whew, okay.
This is the same lady from before?
Swing
so.
number
Looks like
1.
her.
Yes, the same ones before. 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
Number 2 attack on Robair. 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
8 piercing damage as she stabs at you with her short sword.
I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good.
Eden's going to hit the jackal with a sword.
Jackal.
In the face. 8 to hit.
8 to hit will not hit the jackal. Petunia! 2 attacks. He's gonna bite. That is a hit on her bite. 7 damage. She will maul with her claws. 18 to hit with her claws. 7 damage again. So 14 total damage on the scout. She opens up gashes straight across, like
That's my
she
last
starts
one
on her face and she goes down from there. So
I would
big
appreciate it.
skin hanging off of her cheek, torn open.
Oh,
Nice. Beautiful.
delicious.
Robair is going to disengage.
The jackal's going to bite at Idunn. 17 to hit.
Dang it. It got me.
1 piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, you can manage.
Idunn, 9 to hit with the spiritual weapon. That's a miss.
Oh.
And then he is going to cast Sacred Flame on Hazel. Roll dex save.
3.
You take 3 radiant damage
Yeah, I
as
do.
a bolt of divine light scorches from
Radiant.
the sky.
Hazel's gonna run up and try to shocking grasp the puppy. 8 to hit.
Will not hit.
See, I'm gonna try this again. I know I can get him with vicious mockery. Priest, go back to where you belong.
11.
Oh, he doesn't save.
Doesn't save.
No.
One.
1 psychic damage.
Yay.
And his concentration is broken.
Yeah.
All right, and I also have a bonus action. I'm going to use Healing Word against my dear friend, Robair.
Yeah, 5 HP back.
Scout.
I
Yeah,
feel
now
like
she's
here.
gonna disengage.
I would like to hit the puppy. 7 to hit.
That will miss the jackal. Petunia.
I don't have.
Petunia is gonna
We have
bite.
to make it up.
Critical fail on the bite. Any attack against her has advantage until the end of her next turn. Her second attack, the claws. Claws are not going to hit. Just rake across her leather armor.
19 plus 7.
That's a hit against the jackal.
It's gonna be 4 piercing.
Are you aiming to kill?
Yes.
The priest
Oh, the priest's turn. I'm
gestures with his hand, throws up a holy symbol that looks like a fist inscribed in a circle, and he chants
Pretty
and makes
sick.
a hand gesture. And you see
Doesn't do it.
tiny fiendish spirits begin to surround him.
Oh.
15 feet. He has called forth spirit guardians. Any creature in the area around him, your speed is halved. If you enter the space or start your turn there, you must make a wisdom saving throw. Eden is
I don't think I'm
entering the
wise
space
enough
for
to
the first
listen to
time.
you. I
Eden,
wanna
roll
go
a
for
wisdom saving throw.
17.
17. You succeed your wisdom saving throw. So you'll take half of this. 18. Half of 18 is 9.
Okay, I'm not going there.
9
Die.
necrotic
Yeah, but-
damage.
That looks like real bad. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at this priest. 20 to hit, and that is 8.
He does not break concentration.
I am going to use the short bow. 8.
8 to hit will not
sounds like
hit.
2.
After Korv is
Scout.
disengage and off the map.
Chicken!
If I'm already inside and I already got
If
attacked.
she starts a
If
turn,
you start
Start
your
your
turn
turn.
within, you must repeat the saving throw.
5.
Fail your saving throw.
I failed my saving
What's
throw.
your total HP?
2. Oh, my max HP is 22.
22.
Oh,
He
okay.
can't kill you outright,
But, I'm
you
gonna
will take.
take a little nap.
Ooh, damn.
Nap time. You just
20.
lost your tank.
You take 20.
Eden's last words.
Oh.
Nap
20
time.
necrotic damage.
Ah, nap time.
Eden
The
is
ground shakes.
now in a hazardous zone and unconscious, unable to leave the zone. Unless you stop the effect, Eden will continue to take damage.
You messed up, priest.
Petunia.
Petunia.
Wait, what?
Don't do it, no!
Oh, she entered.
Oh, yeah, she did.
She
Stupid
entered.
bear.
Failed her saving throw.
Hazel's crying.
Petunia takes 15.
Dragged you
Still
out.
up in bear form, and she's going to do 2 attacks on the priest. Number 1 is the bite. Come on, Petunia. That's a big hit. Oh, max damage
About
on
time.
her bite.
Right for the
12
jugular.
damage on the priest.
Concentration.
Because he took damage that was higher than 10, now his concentration check is 12 and not 10. Ooh!
Nice.
Whew.
I'm still.
Okay, I love
The
you again,
zone
Petunia.
disappears as she chomps down on his hand, which is gesticulating.
Ew.
And now she's gonna maul with her claws. 14 to hit. That will hit the priest. Petunia mauls with her claws on the priest and
Woo, woo, woo,
slashes
woo.
his throat clean open.
Oh,
And
nice.
she begins
Yeah,
to gush blood, and he
delicious.
tries to hold his throat
Revenant
back.
style.
Yeah.
And he kneels down.
Let him fall.
And he's like grasping at Petunia's fur, and she just bats him again and knocks him across the side of the map.
Dang, that's gruesome.
You've
They
successfully
all work for
resolved
Erin.
combat.
Woo!
You eventually stabilize Idunn. The lumberjacks all catch up to you. We heard a commotion. What? How can we help?
Be on your guard. Warn everyone. Make sure that you know that there's still the ranger scout out there that keeps bringing all these people in there. Felix, Lion Slayer, do you know anyone named Herod? They keep mentioning this as their leader.
Herod's Casino.
I can't say I do. I've never heard that name before.
I want to check the bodies.
Am I at 1 now?
You will regain 1 HP in 4 hours. In 4 hours, you will be conscious.
Felix, do you have anything to help our friend Idunn here? She's very large.
Barry, the best we can do is make a makeshift stretcher and drag her. Boys, get to work.
I'd like to search the bodies, Steve.
The priest's holy symbol was a symbol of Bane,
Heard that
definitely
before.
evil deity. The priest was also carrying a mace at his side. Looks like it is in well-kept condition. The other guys, their weapons are
And the guard.
not good quality. They're cheap.
Do they all look like they're dressed the same? Because the guards were different than the other guys. Do they all look like they're unified, or
They
just
do
strapped
not
together?
look like they have a uniform.
They're
Felix,
bad
as you're looting the body, Felix takes a look as well. These definitely aren't bandits. These are definitely
Not
more
bandits.
equipped than just general bandits. These are military weapons. I think these are mercenaries. Hired for some purpose.
Petunia, have you remembered anything yet?
I only remember the torture.
That's a valid question. It might be coming back to her. The one that you cut her face, do you remember her? She was the one seemingly leading them, at least in the
Seem-
fights.
To remember flashes of her face, but she was always in the back of the cave, watching.
They wanted to fashion a wagon and put you on it. I don't know what for, though. Also, what's that gem in your chest?
I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Does it hurt?
No, it does not. I feel as though it's connected to my druidic shape-shifting powers.
Lumberjacks and gentlemen, let's get everyone back and safe. We don't know when the next attack is going to come, and we're
But
running.
I do thank all of you. You've proved you are capable in battle.
Hazel
And
bows.
you have saved my life, it seems. I will fight alongside of you.
Thank you.
Felix and the boys construct a stretcher. What's the plan?
We take a short
Back to
rest,
town. I think I
sing,
burned-
get a song of rest.
Oh yeah.
Rest for an hour.
Are we at
All
8
right,
hours
boys,
yet?
let's move out.
I have
Hazel wants to
no
help
look
try to
like-
carry the cart with the boys.
Roll a strength check.
It's 15.
They let you have a turn, and you help drag Idunn.
Let's all travel together.
Hazel's real looking.
Let's get Korv in the air.
Sweaty.
Korv, keep your eyes open. And Idunn, sleep well. We are almost home. Don't die on us! Don't you dare die on us, Idunn!
You exit the Gullywood. It's like the wee hours. It's like 1 a.m. right now. So you travel through the woods, and you make it to the edge of the Gullywood, and you exit the Gullywood. Well, it looks like we're
irony.
out of the Gullywood, says Felix. You want to keep going? What do you think?
I could use a rest, Felix. I was in that
Okay.
cave for a long time.
Okay, let's find a safe spot, as safe as we can get on the edge of the Gullywood and make camp.
Oh
in the morning.
boy! Music to my ears. They drop Idunn on the ground.
Hey. She takes
I
more
will
damage.
take
And
I
then
will
we
take
get
the
to
first
make
watch.
We'll leave at first light. That's about
Peach
4
away.
hours from now, so that won't give you a full long rest. You take watch and set up camp. The lumberjacks pass out from their ordeal. You
Undead
see
king.
the sunrise. Idunn is back on her feet with 1 HP. Let's
Wait,
hi-
Steve, you didn't hear me when I said I put out a hunting trap?
Oh, okay. No, I didn't hear you.
Okay, can I check it now?
You can check your hunting trap. Roll a d20 with advantage.
7.
I rolled an 8. Your hunting trap is empty.
Too bad, too
Felix
bad.
says, all right, let's hit the road and get back to town.
Definitely, let's get back to safety.
You travel through the foothills towards the village of Star. The trip, though you are cautious and wary, keeping your eyes ever open for the scout with the slashed open face,
Ooh.
you eventually see the buildings of Star along the horizon. And the lumberjacks give out a cry, yeah, we made it! Oh, boy!
Good.
I never thought I'd see the day. You make it back to town.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
finally.
And the townspeople see you
Kavaki.
come in, and everybody starts cheering. Ah, they made it back! They saved the lumberjacks! Wow, boy! I knew it! Oh, this is so great! Oh my gosh! Oh,
Robair casts levitate and jumps into the air and spins.
I saw him do that! I saw him do that before! That's
and
his thing!
bows
That's his
mightily.
thing!
Your
And
magic
then
is
lands.
very unique.
Wow! Woo!
And then stands like this.
How long does that last?
No, my levitation's over. We should definitely go rest.
Obviously,
properly.
the town is going to need more
I
help.
would like to go sleep in my birdcage.
Sleepy
We've
sleep.
done our job. I'm going to go rest.
All right, let's
Back
go,
to
Hazel.
barracks.
Let's go talk to Yakuberry. Let's tell him
Back to the
everything.
barracks.
You meet up with Yako, who heard the commotion and comes out to meet you and walks you back to the barracks.
Telling him everything.
You explain the situation to him, and he looks back at the girl and says, Well, little missy, don't you worry now. The village of Star Town Guard is going to take care of you. You're safe here. You're safe within this village. Ain't nothing gonna harm a hair on your head.
I can vouch for Yako.
And well, you're welcome to stay here in the barracks if you like, but I know that the inn might probably be more comfortable, especially for a young thing like you.
Maybe you should take her to the inn, Hazel.
Petunia, I suggest we talk to the chapel, the head of the chapel, Aria. She's got a lot of knowledge, and she might be able to help you with your amnesia or whatever's going on.
Very well.
Your wounds, at least.
I trust you. I will go where you lead.
Well, I think we should all rest.
Best.
Petunia, would you feel comfortable here in the barracks, or would you prefer the inn? I can pay for you.
She would like to go to the inn.
Okay.
She would definitely like to go to
Perhaps
the inn.
we should divvy up real quick, maybe to help you with your funds, if we divvy up that 40 gold we found.
You found 40 gold?
I'll be fair. I'm gonna miss my little sparklies. Everybody gets 10. Thank
Duff.
you.
What about Petunia's cut?
You're
Petunia
paying
might
for
not- she
Petunia.
might
You
not
offered to
remember
take her
it.
to the hotel, okay?
She's
So you
got
pay for her
amnesia.
dang room. She can sleep here for free like you can.
You take her to the inn,
I feel like we don't have time for that.
and Mr. Bug of the Bug Inn welcomes you. And his eyes open at the girl. Oh,
My usual room, please. This is
very
Petunia.
beautiful. She reminds me of my daughter. My daughter had the same facial structure as you. Very beautiful. 2 rooms is 1 goal. Mr. Bug is much more friendly
try,
to Petunia than you've seen him with anybody else. He's taken on a fatherly bent to her. Come, my dear, this way. We shall set you up in the room. It will be good.
And I'm off to my room then.
And you all take a rest.
Yes.
Bling, 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 bling.
The incident with the lumberjacks and the appearance of the strange girl interests the town, to be sure.
Okay, I don't know if we're
You
awake yet.
take Petunia to see Arya,
Yes.
and Arya says, I've never seen anything quite like this. But my dear, I am happy to help you if you wish to stay with me and attempt to figure out the source of your amnesia and what this gem can do. I would be happy to take you in, and my disciples,
The cutest little people.
Anna, Garrett, and Jaya, would be very glad to have someone else boss them around instead of me for a change.
Arya has been much help to us over the past couple days.
And who knows, perhaps helping out here at the cathedral will help to jog your memory.
And if there's anything I can do to help Arya, I love watching your work.
I think we'll be okay. I have my 3 disciples and Petunia now. I think you should tend to your own matters, Hazel. Dear, dear Hazel.
Just let me know. Let me
You
know.
were so generous, Hazel.
The village of Star enters into a time of relative peace. The strange girl, dubbed Petunia, spends her days helping out the High Priestess Arya at the cathedral, attempting to regain her memories, but the process is not an exact science. Try as she might, she still cannot remember anything about her past, the reason why she has a gem embedded in her, nor why these strange men were after her. Lady Arya seems confident that with prayers to Lathander, in time, a breakthrough will be made. She encourages you to visit her from time to time,
I visit often.
as she trusts you, but also to tend to your own personal matters in town, duties with the town guard, or whatever personal endeavors
Like
you wish.
the play.
Game mechanic wise, this is an area of downtime, and you are now about to reach level 3. Level 3 marks an important milestone in the life of adventurers. Many of you gain abilities and follow a path that will shape the future of your adventuring career, or simply gain access to greater powers. The path to 3rd level does not come easy. It is a journey that will take you into the next stage of your development and the next leg of your journey as adventurers. And so everybody has already chosen some of their options for the game mechanics. And now we are going to see how those mechanics come into play. Starting off with Idunn.
Ready.
The land here is flat and warm, almost disturbingly so compared to the slopes of Mount Subian. As the village enjoys this peaceful time, Idunn grows restless.
I'm restless.
She senses that this silver-haired girl, Petunia, is important, and you have grown to like the test of strength that seems to follow your newfound companions. You decide
I do.
not to stray too far from the village during this time of peace.
Okay.
You've taken to training by yourself whenever possible, out in the foothills, such as the area where Saris was defeated, hoping to find another foe to test your might. During one of your training excursions, however, you encounter a great black rhinoceros whose hide is scarred from countless attacks from predators and pockmarked with arrow wounds from hunters. Desiring to test your strength against this force of nature, you confront the beast, bracing yourself as it charges. Roll a constitution check.
I thought this was a story.
Have to work.
7.
7. The rhino charges at you
Youch.
and bashes you and knocks you aside like a rag doll. You feel searing pain up and down your ribs, but once again you turn to face the beast as it charges once again.
Okay.
Roll a strength check.
18.
18. As the beast charges again, this time knowing where it's aiming, you manage to shove its face out of the way as it charges past you, altering
do
its
a
trajectory, and watching as it slowly lumbers around, making a U-turn, and charging once again at you.
That's enough.
Make a constitution saving throw.
5.
5. Once again, the rhino collides with your body and knocks you aside. You shakily stand and watch once again as the great black rhino slowly turns. It pauses as it lines up its next charge and snorts out its nostrils, sending a cloud of dust puffing around its head. It charges once again. Roll a strength check.
9.
9. Once again, you attempt to shove its head out of the way, but the rhino hits you dead on.
It's gonna be a long day.
As
getting
it
hit.
knocks you down onto the ground, one of its great hooves steps on your shoulder and you hear a loud crack. Again, you stand up. And this time you feel as though this may be the last charge you can withstand.
I'm ready.
The rhino makes its final charge. And as it lumbers towards you, increasing its speed, you see a great ram leap over your head and batter the rhino away as if it were a pebble in the road. You finally succumb to your injury, and as you are blacking out, you see that the ram has faint blue stripes along its fur, and its horns seem to spiral endlessly.
Uzumaki.
Idunn regains consciousness. You see that you are at the foot of a great mountain. The cold wind bites at your exposed skin, and the swirling snow is piling up at your feet. All of your equipment is gone, and the cold is beginning to seep into your bones.
Just delicious.
You stare up at the mountain, and it seems impossibly tall.
It is impossibly tall.
In the distance, you can see the great ram standing atop a rocky ledge,
What do you see?
motionless,
Great ram.
staring down at you.
I feel it in my bones.
What do you want to do?
I'm going for that ram.
No, I just go home.
You
I don't know where I am.
begin to follow the ram.
Going to follow
You climb the mountain.
Some Narnia
Roll an athletics check.
it. 6.
6. Your shoulder throbs with pain, and you suspect that it may have become dislodged when the rhino trampled upon it. You continue to climb, but it is very slow and very, very painful.
I'm coming for you, Kavaki.
Every time you get close to the ram, it bounds further up the mountainside with effortless grace.
Damn you, Kavaki.
The mountain seems endless. Roll a constitution check. 6. Idunn is forced to climb for days, possibly even weeks.
Bye.
Roll another Constitution check.
5.
You lose all sense of time as you climb up the mountain.
Who am I? It's my name, Petunia.
Your shoulder is throbbing. Your breath burns as you inhale the freezing cold air in and out of your lungs. Roll an athletics check.
20.
20. Finally. After an unknown amount of time climbing, you reach the mountain summit.
A year later.
At the mountain summit, the wind and snow have calmed, and the great ram is nowhere to be seen. At the highest point of the summit, however, you see a crude statue. The statue's been fashioned out of numerous metal rods that have been bent and knotted into the shape of a ram.
Nuts!
The horns of the statue stand out in particular, as they've been fashioned out of silver instead of iron, and they have both been knotted into identical shapes.
Yes!
What do you wish to do?
Idunn would like to approach the statue and try to touch it. The knots, in particular. The horns that are forming into knots. To touch it. Because I'm a little crazy right now, and I'm just like, cool.
It's like a
As
fidget spinner.
you reach your hand out and touch the silver horn of the statue, you hear a voice from behind you calling out your name.
Is it Kavaki?
Idunn,
Yes, sir.
face me once again.
You turn around
It's the rhino.
and you see Vimac,
Oh.
your cousin,
He's back.
who you defeated in single combat and tied into your first corpse knot.
You're gonna have 3 now.
Idunn,
My
I
cousin
will
is back.
have my victory over you yet. Face me in single combat.
You're gonna have 3.
He charges at you.
So.
What do you wish to do?
Headbutt.
Roll a strength check.
20. I hate it. I did a crit.
On that.
You headbutt your cousin, and the blow glances off of him
What? The strongest
like
one I
a
could-
stone thrown at a boulder. It feels as though he is made of rock.
Oh.
He shoves you back after your headbutt, and you stagger backwards.
I've missed you, cuz.
What do you wish to do?
Are you trying to teach me?
I am trying to beat you.
Oh.
What do you wish to do?
I'm trying to talk to him.
Enough talk.
He charges at you, and he shoulder checks you into the ground.
Shoulder checks my busted shoulder.
You topple into the ground and roll backwards. And he stands over you.
What would Idunn do?
Face me, Idunn.
What do you wish to do?
If I'm on the ground, I want to kick him. Kick his legs out from under him.
You kick at his legs. Roll a strength check.
14.
Again, it seems as though he is made out of rock. As you kick out, his legs are firmly planted on the ground.
Shins, you're like,
Yeah. I'm jacked up now.
He grabs you by the scruff of your clothing and hoists you up and throws you backwards once again. Your back collides with the ram statue. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to grab onto the ram. The head of the ram and just hold on.
Vimac approaches you as you hold on to the head of the ram, wrenches your arms apart, and throws you across the mountain summit. You land on the ground and topple backwards, once again, being tossed around. What do you wish to do?
I know. I'm going to die. That's what I'm gonna,
don't give up, Ida.
Can I go into a rage? I don't have equipment, so I can do a rage, right?
You can go into a rage.
I'm going into a rage.
You go into a rage. As you go into a rage, you feel a surge of power.
Okay. And now
What do you wish to do?
I'm going to use this rage to tie this cousin into a knot. So I'm going to run at him and try to grab him and
You lunge at Vimac and grab at him. Your eyes blind with rage, seeing only his body and how you can bend it into an unnatural shape. You grab his arm And it no longer feels like stone, it feels like weak flesh. You grab one arm, and he swings with the other, and you grab the second arm. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna pull them together and pull one inside of the other one and tie it. Tie it.
You hear bones snap,
Yes!
and VMAC
Sorry,
shouts
cousin.
out in pain.
I love you, cousin.
You give him a little kiss on the head.
You're a worthy opponent. You are worthy opponent.
I'll take care of your children.
Though his arms are knotted, he still attempts to kick out at you with his legs.
I grab his ankle if I
You
can.
grab his ankle,
the other ankle
and
and I
grab
go-
the other ankle. And you begin to knot his legs together
Every
with
Thanksgiving.
sickening crunches and pops
Like at Curly's
as the
house.
joints, the cartilage in between the joints, shatter,
Take his head.
bones splinter.
I was gonna try to put his head into where his arms are not.
Oh my god.
Further and further, you contort him into a knot. And eventually, he lies still.
But he's blinking at you now.
Yeah, like
Tie his eyes into a knot.
As VMAC's now knotted corpse lies in the snow, the statue begins to glow a subtle blue color.
I was ready.
The spectral image of a ram charges out of the statue directly towards you. What do you do?
It's spectral, huh? Well, I'm gonna. She's in a rage, so she doesn't care if it's spectral. She's gonna try to grab the horns. Like,
You meet the charge head on. The image collides with you, and you feel flames wash over you, searing heat.
Good.
feels good.
The flames scar your shoulders into a spiraling pattern and then recede. As the flames recede, you see the great ram before you once again. And it speaks to you. Idunn, I am the great ram, herald of Kavaki, the Ram Lord. I have watched you since birth, waiting until you were ready to face the mountain of Kavaki, testing grounds for true followers of the Ram. Those who ascend the mountain may choose to receive the blessing of the Ram and devote themselves to the Ram Lord. This blessing will lead you to the truth of your corpse-knotting gift.
I want it.
However, the path is twisted, much like the knot itself.
Love it.
Idunn, do you accept Kavaki, creator of the Goliath race, as your one true source of strength?
Yes.
Will you honor Kavaki through fierce competition, ever aspiring to follow his example?
I will.
Will you charge headlong into adversity and have the will to push through the impossible?
I will do it.
Then accept the blessing of the Ram and know that you now carry the will of Kavaki.
Yes, I feel it.
And passes out.
The scars upon your shoulder begin to glow blue, and the spectral image of a blue ram skull appears atop your head.
Atop my head?
As
Like on my
a
skull?
spectral helm of a ram's skull.
That's awesome. Fan art, please.
The ram then charges at you and knocks you out cold. You awaken back in the foothills near the village of Star.
My shoulder's still jacked up.
The plants around you seem to have grown considerably, as though some time has passed.
Took me a year to climb that mountain, guys.
Idunn is now level 3 and has accepted the path of the Zealot as her subclass. The path of the Zealot is infused with divine energy, which fuels her rage. Anytime she enters into a rage, she can choose to do bonus radiant damage. And with the blessing of the Ram Lord, every time she rages, the spectral ram's helm will appear on her head.
Ah, that's awesome.
Robair,
Dope. Jace.
Robair, being prone to flights of fancy, has taken to exploring the surrounding environs, spending a great deal of time in the Gullywood, leaping from treetop to treetop. It is the closest he can get to soaring through the sky. While making camp during one of his exploration trips, however, Robair, in the dead of night, hears a troubling sound. From within the darkness outside the edge of his campfire, Robair hears a child crying in the woods.
Oh, dear.
What do you want to do,
Run
Robair?
away?
I'm going to go investigate that crying child.
Robair, roll a survival check to attempt to find the source of the crying.
20.
20. You venture away from your campfire, and you explore further and further into the woods. The darkness around you seems to be getting blacker and blacker. Roll a perception check.
18.
The rest of the woods have gone eerily silent. The only noise you can hear apart from your own footsteps is the sobbing. You come across a clearing where a young boy is crouched down, holding his head in his knees and sobbing. His clothing is tattered and dirty. His long, unkempt blonde hair is nearly brown with grime, and his bare feet are nearly black with dirt and mud. What do you wish to do?
See if this is some sort of illusion.
You wish to see if it is some sort of illusion.
Yes,
Roll if you want to see if it's an illusion, roll perception.
Perception. 21.
It is definitely not an illusion.
Well, then I'm going to go and take my cape off and wrap it around the boy and assure him.
You approach the boy, taking off your cape. The earth around you collapses, and both you and the boy fall into blackness.
Levitate!
You
There goes the cameras.
do not have enough time to pull out the material components necessary for levitate.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
You hit the ground hard, blacking out.
Everybody close your eyes.
You awaken in near darkness. Your limbs are bound, and you feel dried blood on your scalp. After a time, your eyes adjust to the blackness, and you can make out vague shapes in the dark. You are in a crudely made cage, and it seems like there is someone sitting just outside the wooden bars. Roll a Constitution. Roll a Constitution save.
3.
You black out.
And bring the darkness back.
You reawaken in the darkness, and you feel some sort of serpentine body coiled around you.
Oh, no.
You can feel the head of the creature slithering nearby your ear. The head crests the top of your head, and you can feel it licking a forked tongue at your open head wound. The creature latches its mouth onto the wound with dozens of tiny teeth, and you hear a voice speaking in your head, dark and malevolent.
Greetings, Robair.
The voice is disorienting, and you feel exhausted, as though your body is made of stone. You can only listen as the voice speaks directly into your mind.
Yes, I know your name. I know everything about you. I am inside your mind. You are my prisoner now, and you will provide me with the nourishment I need to grow stronger. Don't mind the boy beside you. He's already deeply devoted to me. A perfectly obedient servant, and the perfect thing to use as bait. But enough talk. It is time to feed.
The serpent, no, the leech, begins to suck at Robair's head wound, and once again he passes out. At one point, Robair awakens to feel something being fed down his throat. Robair feels impossibly weak and unable to struggle. It is the young boy he saw earlier, sluicing some sort of crude gruel into his mouth.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Lord.
Though it tastes horrid, it is welcomed by Robair's empty stomach. The boy is glassy-eyed and mute, carrying out his task with complete apathy. What do you wish to do, Robair?
I'm going to plead with the boy. I would like to plead with the boy with whatever strength I have to rebel against its master.
You plead with the boy. His eyes are still glassy and carries out his task with apathy. He seems not even to be able to hear you. The boy feeds you, and with the exertion of swallowing, once again, you pass out. This grotesque routine continues for an unknown amount of time. Days, weeks, it's hard to tell in this inky blackness.
Maybe a year?
Robair, roll
Not that.
perception.
18.
18. As the routine continues on,
This can be every level. Damn.
Robair begins to formulate a plan.
No.
Every time the life leech, as Robair has come to call it, is inside his head, Robair attempts to unlock a pathway back into the creature's mind. Roll an insight check, Robair.
17.
As the routine continues on, night after night, perhaps day after day,
Feed me again.
Robair begins to sense the sinister power fueling this monster, this aberration.
Aberration.
A vein of magic pulses through its body, and it has used this magic to command the boy into servitude. Robair
It's not right.
has also begun to develop a slight resistance to the paralyzing effects of the life leech, and he can remain conscious for longer and longer periods of time between blacking out.
I can do this all day, man.
Robair begins to shift his position from that of the hunted into the hunter.
Yes.
He's come to understand the nature of his captor. He knows that without being able to use magic, the leech would lose its greatest advantage.
Jeez.
He also realizes that he is not the first to have fallen into the leech's clutches.
Stupid leech.
Human bones litter the floor, and a few scattered gold and silver coins can be found, the only items that have not decomposed over time.
Okay, man.
The grotesque routine continues. Robair, roll an Arcana check.
16.
16.
Oh, that was a good growth.
You begin to leech magic power from the leech
Okay.
itself.
Suck deeply, leech.
Unbeknownst to the leech, you feed when it feeds.
What's up now? You want another go? You want some more?
You have an insight. Using the magic from the beast, you come to understand a new spell. Protection from good and evil. Protection from evil and good.
Okay.
Having been inside the mind of the leech himself, you also know how best to hurt the aberration.
This is gonna hurt.
You patiently wait for your moment to strike. Robair, you know that the leech is some sort of aberration and is using its magic to control the boy.
Okay.
You know that you have access to a new spell, part of your third level repertoire, protection from evil and good. You know that this spell requires a material component of powdered gold and silver. And you also know how best to inflict pain upon the serpent. What is your plan, Robair?
Robair's gonna try to inch over, grab a bone, sit on top of a pile of gold and silver, and start just pressing into it. just pressing into it, not even seeing it, like taking the bone and like spinning it on top of whatever coins he can feel.
Yep.
And and that will give me the components to help me cast Protection from Good and Evil. And then, when the next time the boy feeds me, I'm going to lick his hand and touch him, or give him,
You know, you said it.
and cast Protection from Good and Evil on him.
You cast protection from evil and good on the boy.
Come here, boy.
His eyes lose the glassy sheen, and
Sorry.
he blinks repeatedly as if waking from a walking nightmare.
Hey,
He once again,
amigo.
his eyes well up with tears, and you can see that he is about to sob openly.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my fatherly charm to soothe his, to reassure him that we're gonna get out of this.
What fatherly
I would like to try.
We only know what he tells us.
The boy,
It's a little bit, aggressive.
the
Like,
boy
hey,
hears your words, and he stifles his sobs.
take it easy.
And he
Take
nods.
it easy, man.
He nods at you,
Don't get crazy.
and he says, I lured all of them. I lured all of them here. So many died because of me.
Hey, boy, don't do this to yourself. You did nothing. You were simply a tool of the beast. And I would be the tool that would be its unbeastening.
The boy nods and says, what do we do?
Keep up the wait, how long does the spell last? 10 minutes. Okay, so we have 10 minutes to decide a plan, right? I want him, when the monster is away, I want him to collect items that have, surely because there are dead bodies and bones, there are gonna be some tools, some knives, I don't know what. I want him to collect stuff while the monster is not looking, while he thinks he puts them in the comatose or whatever, and start bringing them to me. Small items that I can hide underneath, I can sit on, or I can put in my, under my armpits. And so I want to start collecting stuff from this. Have this boy help me collect stuff.
Right now, or are you talking like over the course of time?
Oh.
Because once again, your spell lasts for 10 minutes right now.
Yeah. I want him to, if he can think of something sharp that he can get to me right now, I want it now. If not, it's gonna be over. If he can't find anything, we're gonna take our time with it.
He sneaks away, and after a minute or two, comes back with part of a piece of scale mail, which has a sharp edge on it.
Now we're talking. Give it here.
He gives it to you.
I grab it and I start to cut my bounds, but I don't. I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna play pretend. I'm gonna play pretend. Well, now, son, this is called role playing, okay? Now, what you do, you pretend like you're under his spell. When it comes back, I'm going to kill it, okay? Don't you worry, and now all of this will be over.
Shouldn't we run right now? What if it comes back right now?
Then it could cast.
What if it decides to eat me next?
You could run, boy. That's fine. Go ahead, run. But I'm going to stay and face it, and I recommend you do the same.
Ooh. Emboldened by your bravery, he says, "Okay, I'll try and play along."
Good. What's your name, boy?
My name is Weldon.
Well done. Indeed.
Well done.
Well done.
Good boy. We're gonna get you home, Weldon.
I hope so. You lay
Benicio del
prone
Toro.
once again
Yeah.
and close your eyes, waiting for the monster.
So chuckles.
Stupid leash.
You hear the slithering body of the leech approaching once again. It sidles closer and closer to you, and you feel its sinuous body begin to wrap around your leg,
Yeah, that's it.
and it coils around your torso, and you feel its head sliding up your neck,
Okay.
past your ear,
Okay.
and you feel its forked tongue licking at the wound that has been perpetually open since the first day you arrived here.
Right when it's about to take a bite. Just right when it's about to take a bite.
You begin to feel its mouth close over the wound,
Oh, I reach up and I put the scale mail into it. I want to grapple it and wrangle it away from me. Its mouth away from me.
You shove the scale mail into the creature's mouth, and you begin to tumble across the floor.
God. Son of a...
Weldon sees you attack the creature and jumps up and begins to grab at its tail, attempting to wrestle it off of you.
Weldon, it's time for it to get a taste of its own medicine. Bite the thing. Bite it. It suck out its blood.
Weldon attempts to bite the creature, but he said, it's like biting into rubber. I can't bite into it.
Okay, then.
The creature's teeth is sawing at this piece of scale mail between your hands, and it is writhing, attempting to escape your grasp.
I'm going to, how big is this cave?
The ceiling is 7 feet high.
Okay, I'm gonna start beating the shit out of it.
You begin.
I want the scale mail.
You wrest away the scale mail, and you begin to attempt to slice at it.
You feel better? Not for long.
Each time you slice at the creature, it twists its body, and you strike it upon the back, and you see that it is purposely turning the thick part of its hide towards your blows.
Okay.
You know that you will have to strike precisely in the area that will hurt the creature the most.
Oh, I see, right there. Stupid leech. Thomas, hold it down. All of your strength, boy.
Thomas.
Sorry. I have another boy in the village I'm taking care of. Weldon, take all of your strength. Feel all the revenge inside of you and hold it down.
Weldon jumps onto the creature and attempts to hold it down. As Weldon jumps onto the creature, it turns its head and sinks its teeth into the boy's neck.
Ooh, that sucks.
Sorry.
I take the opportunity to strike it at its weak point. Sometimes a hunter needs prey. A bait to capture the prey.
Using Weldon as bait and seeing the atrocity being committed upon this young boy, you focus your ire upon the creature. Nothing is more important to you at this moment than slaying this monster. Suddenly, time seems to slow down for you, and as the serpent wriggles and twists, you can see the moments when its belly is upturned. And in one of these moments, you strike down and spill the serpent's viscera across the cave floor. The serpent goes into a rattling death throw and falls silent.
I check Weldon.
Blood is gushing out of his neck
No, Weldon.
as the serpent has taken a sizable chunk of flesh out of the young boy.
Can I do a medicine check to stipend the wound?
You can
With
attempt
my own cloth.
a medicine check.
10.
10. Though you try your hardest, the wound is grievous.
Another one bites the dust.
The jagged teeth of the life leech
Yeah.
open up a wound that cannot be knitted back together with the,
Is the boy alive?
equipment you have
Is
here.
he alive
He's
still?
gasping for air as the life flows out of him, but he is still alive in this moment.
Religion check. I wanna say a few things real quick.
Religion.
16.
16.
Weldon. Celestian's embrace is open to you. You need only but to embrace him with yourself. You've done a valiant thing, and your soul has been redeemed in this moment. You saved my skin. I can never forget you, Weldon.
As you utter your prayer, you can see a faint light blue glow envelop the boy. You see a very subtle hue of energy leave the boy's body. It is joined by a white light that has appeared in your vision. The blue energy from the boy travels upwards with the white light, and you sense that an angel of Celestian has guided the boy to peace.
Nice job, Celestian.
What do you wish to do now?
I'm gonna grab all those damn coins, and then I'm gonna try to get out.
3 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces.
Worth.
You grab the gold and search for an exit from...
I close Weldon's eyes.
Close Weldon's eyes. And you search for an exit.
I
from
kiss
this
him on the
cave.
forehead. Hey, I'm not done here.
Lick
You know what? I take 2 silver pieces. And I look at them and I put them back in my pocket. It's pretty good. I'm good. I've done enough here.
You travel for a bit of time through the cave, and you see a light at the end of a long tunnel. You exit into daylight.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
You're 20 pounds lighter.
What's next? Huh?
You have slain
Cabros!
this abominable monster dwelling deep in the gullywood, no doubt saving countless others from its vile embrace. As you walk over to the riverbank to wash yourself and cleanse your wounds, you notice that your right eye has become jet black.
What the heck? That's awesome, man.
As you continue your journey through the woods on the way back to the village, you sense your newfound powers inside of you, honed from the ordeal, the hardship, as a monster slayer subclass.
Yeah.
Monster Slayer.
Robair has the ability to A, cast protection from evil and good, and also to invoke his Slayer's Ire upon a creature, enabling him to do extra damage, hitting a creature where it hurts the most. Experimenting with this, Robair notices that each time he invokes his Slayer's Ire, a white, slit-like pupil opens up in his black eye and persists so long as the mark is active. Welcome to level 3, Robair.
Woo!
Korv. The first question to ask Korv is, A, do you settle things with the unsatisfied stagehands, or do you, in fact, get the rest of your party to help build the stage for Madnab's performance?
I'm gonna have my friends build that stage because there was a slight promise that I was gonna get to perform.
So, before everybody
Sorry,
goes
peoples.
off on their own individual journeys, the concert of Madnab happens in the little village of Star. Madnab Greenleaf performs in the Star Lodge, receiving thunderous adulation in response. She's clad in a forest green jumpsuit bedecked with handmade gnomish jewelry, wearing a flowing headdress of red Aarakocra feathers gifted to her by the Oscan colony chief.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
Yeah, wait a
info.
minute.
Using the power of thaumaturgy, she magically augments her voice and addresses the crowd. Thank you, my dear starlings. You have inspired me with your incredible support, and I can only hope that I've inspired you. Never forget that even the greatest of heroes have risen up from humble beginnings. In the words of the legendary Brodondo Rolando, even a butterfly can cause a mighty tempest. Good night, Star! Hearing her stirring words,
The laugh track.
seeing the unbelievable response of the crowd, and being intrigued by the headdress of Aarakocra feathers, Korv is drawn to learn more about the gnome. After the concert, Korv approaches Madnab and begins to talk with her. Madnab has a particular affinity for the Aarakocra race, and she is particularly interested in Korv, sensing the power of the bard flowing through him. She asks Korv to escort her back to her room at the inn after the concert, that she might inquire more about him. Madnab asks
woman?
Korv about his life and about how he came to be here in the village. On the way back to the inn, several fans from the concert ask Madnab for an autograph, and each in turn relate their own personal stories to her. Madnab is kind and generous and offers small pieces of advice to the young people. Their eyes light up at her words. Korv, roll an insight check.
18.
18.
Oh,
You realize that in her responses, Madnab has infused her words with bardic inspiration. As they leave the group behind, you hear one of the young women, her name Shauna, as you come to know, Shauna confesses her love to another, Rose. Korv glances back over his shoulders to see two of them embracing and their friends clapping and wiping away tears.
Wow.
Madnab walks on, sporting a sly half smile. Back at her room, Madnab offers to instruct Korv in the way of the College of Valor, so that he might inspire such greatness in those around him. However, to accomplish this, Korv must attend Madnab as her personal assistant on the upcoming Madnab Mystery Tour, which will travel across the continent of Saren for the next several weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Madnab says, "This is not an offer that I give lightly. The tenets of the College of Valor are as much about setting an example with your own deeds as it is about keeping alive the memory of the heroes of the past. Also, I should warn you that danger has a habit of following me. Do you accept? Will you be taught in the ways of the College of Valor?"
I am so excited right now. You don't even know. It's on. Let's go. Let's
Very
do this.
well. Then we leave first thing in the morning. On the road, at first, Korv is merely assisting Madnab, helping to set up camp, preparing cooking fires, and hauling luggage. There are others along in this caravan to help out with the tour. Korv, roll a charisma check.
10.
While on the road, some of the regular caravan members kind of look down on you, and you're not doing the best to ingratiate yourselves with them. You make a rival or two amongst them. The journey continues. Each night, when the caravan makes camp, Madnab goes around and thanks everyone individually for their hard work. And everyone's energies seem to redouble for the next day. Occasionally, she will sit by the campfire and tell the tale of a hero, and Korv can almost see the story play out in the shadows of the flickering fire. The days roll by, and Korv continues to do his best to assist Madnab, still doing basic labor, but also stepping in occasionally to help out with logistics for the shows.
I'll try it. I'll do it.
Korv, roll a charisma check.
20!
Eventually, you begin to learn the nuances of the various caravan members, and you turn the rivalries into friendships. After some time, you begin to realize that the other caravan members have begun to follow your lead in certain tasks, even asking you for direction when setting up a show and dealing with the local stage managers. Roll persuasion.
We've got 11.
11. As you travel from show to show, you engage with various different types of stage managers of various different races and manage to keep a good face and be charismatic with each stage manager and keep the shows running smoothly. The weeks roll on by. To this day, Madnab still has not sat you down and instructed you upon any College of Valor teachings or lesson plans or training of any sort.
I won't say anything.
The caravan heads out towards the final leg of the tour, towards Hogan's Cavern, a local tourist attraction.
I got this.
As you near the cavern, Madnab pulls you aside and asks, "So, how does it feel to be a full-fledged tour manager?" And indeed, Korv has begun to function as the manager of the group. He realizes the caravan hands have come to respect him.
I was promoted?
The final show is in Hogan's Cavern, the popular tourist destination, and will be a grand spectacle. The natural acoustics will lend Madnab songs with an ethereal quality, and the natural crystal formations will reflect the dancing light spell beautifully.
I speak that lighting very well.
The night of the concert arrives,
So nice.
and Madnab once again holds her audience spellbound. Before her final encore, Madnab addresses the crowd once more, and Korv listens from offstage right. This is the last stop on the Madnab Mystery Tour, and as such, I would like to share with you all a very personal story. At the beginning of my career, my manager convinced me that the only one I could trust in this world was him, and that I should treat all of my fans as potential gold coins in my pocket. That manager used me to line his coffers, and one night stole away with everything, leaving me without a copper to my name, alone and helpless. That manager was also my husband.
Ooh.
It was that night that I learned the true potential of those I inspire. That night, a group of young people who had seen me perform took me in. Though I was broken with anger towards my husband, the group of young fans helped me to heal. They supported me and put me back on my feet and made sure I knew how important my music was in each of their lives. Since then, I have realized that the trust of others is more valuable than any gold coin.
Right. Do it.
At that moment, a deep and ominous rumbling shakes the cavern, sending waves of anxiety through the crowd. Suddenly, an Umber Hulk, an underground beetle-like creature with great jaws and burrowing claws, awoken from the vibrations from the concert, bursts through the cavern wall behind the stage.
Jeez Louise.
Madnab is sent careening off the stage and hits the ground hard, her small form unmoving. The caravan hands all rush to Korv, seeking his leadership.
It's okay. Sorry. It's actually really bad. This is really bad.
It's fire. It's fire.
One of the caravan hands throws a shield towards Korv,
Shrink.
and he hefts it,
Shrink.
realizing that the long weeks of hauling equipment has given his arms more strength. He can hold the shield with ease.
What? My bird arm.
Korv! There is a rampaging Umber Hulk on the stage, threatening to charge headlong into the audience of innocents. You have a crew of stagehands awaiting your orders. You are armed with a shield and your own magic. What is your plan?
I'm so using vicious mockery on this sucker. We just worked hard for this audience. I don't think you understand, you bug. I'm gonna go for it.
This is all part of the show.
The stagehands look to you for guidance.
Everybody else, flank this guy. Use whatever you got, any weapon you have. I'm gonna throw some words
Roll
at this
a
thing.
persuasion check.
It's 19. Forgot that.
19.
Yeah.
Most of the crew
Nice.
salute you and grab whatever implements they can find as makeshift weapons. One of them, however, refuses to budge, being terrified with fear in the face of such adversity. What do you say to him?
It's okay, buddy. Can you go help our Mad Nab, please? Let's find her, pick her up, kind of put her over in this little area and make sure she's okay. You
He
can
is
stay away.
wide-eyed and mouth agape, shaking.
Smack him in the face! You dare not pick up Mad Nab and take her over to the corner so she's safe, okay?
Roll intimidation.
11!
11.
Well, we found your horse.
Your
Second
slap
rage.
snaps him out of it, and he hops off the stage, attending to Madnab.
Thank you. All right.
You engage the creature on stage. You begin to dance around the Umber Hulk's lumbering claws as it attempts to swat you out of the sky like a fly.
Dan.
Roll a dexterity check.
21.
You twist and spiral as the creature swipes at you again and again, the stagehands harrying it with their makeshift weapons. Roll a dexterity check.
19.
19.
Pressers.
You
Over there,
dodge,
over there.
dip, dive, and weave around the claws. And the stagehands continue their assault, pressing closer and closer to the Umber Hulk. At one point, however, one of the stagehands catches the edge of one of the claws and is knocked backwards. He careens backwards and collapses
like you
into
anyway.
a pile of percussion equipment.
Well, that sounded really good, actually.
The resulting noise you see drives the creature back a pace.
Play some music.
Roll an insight check.
5.
You yell, "Get back on your feet!" and continue the assault. The monster is getting angrier as you
Yeah.
continue to evade its attacks. Roll a dexterity check.
13!
You yourself are hit by one of the creature's claws.
No!
And also are sent careening into a heap of percussion equipment on the other side of the
Feathers
stage.
fly everywhere.
There's a lot of drums in Mad Dab's show. Once again, the cacophony of noise drives the creature back, and you begin to realize that it doesn't like the sound of the drums. What do you do?
+1.
All right, everybody over there, distract the bug. Everybody else, get a drum and beat some bums.
The stage hands all grab a drum and percussion equipment.
Okay, and percussion.
They begin to beat their instruments.
Right? The symbol.
You find that
And you see that they
Like
all
ragtime.
are beating off of rhythm,
Oh.
which is ineffective against the beast.
Like, come on, guys.
Do it faster!
You yell
Dong.
out instructions to them, but you sense that it is not enough. Something will have to inspire them.
Bardic inspiration! I would like to help the percussionist with bardic inspiration. Maybe they can beat a little faster, a little louder.
You
As your
grab a jagged piece of wood from the broken stage and begin to beat upon your shield, starting a war chant, assisting the stagehands in finding their rhythm.
There we go.
I never got to take a bard this high. I read about this stuff.
You channel your magic through your words and your beat, driving the monster ever backwards.
We can kill that thing over there.
As you channel your magic, you
That's
see
like a
the
bubble.
dancing lights, which have been illuminating the stage, draw closer to you and reflect gleaming colors off of your shiny black feathers like a prism. With the power of your magic infusing the drums and the hearts of the stagehands, you drive the monster back down into the hole from whence it came.
Back, you stupid bug! You are all going to die!
You see it burrow deep, deep under the ground, and the stagehands all rush to push whatever boulders and heavy objects they can to fill in the tunnel. The crowd has been saved. They are at the same time cheering on Korv and panicking over
Hand
Madnab.
out my cash, my little cloth.
The crowd appears to be on
all
the
part of the show.
very brink of erupting into complete chaos.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We got
The stagehands come up to you and say, "Perhaps you should say a few words and calm them down."
I would like to say a few words to calm everybody down.
And these are them.
Oh, yeah, my intention is to remind everybody how well it went. Everything's fine now. We can go back to partying. How about that, everybody?
Infusing your words with the power of the bard, you calm down the crowd, and during your truly inspiring speech, Madnab regains consciousness.
Nice.
Oh, hey! Hey, I got you, girl. Got you.
Madnab is bruised, but not seriously injured. The tour is over, and Madnab will add the tale of Korv's feats to her repertoire. After the ordeal, Korv notices that the feathers along the back of his head have absorbed some of the dancing light, leaving behind 3 streaks of color on his otherwise black plumage.
Got some
Red,
highlights.
red, blue, and purple.
Beautiful.
The caravan once again returns to the village of Star, but not to perform a concert, to reunite Korv with those who have given him their trust.
My feathers.
Madnab leaves with a tear in her eye, reminding Korv that he must never let his foes underestimate his valor, and the valor that he inspires in others.
Cheers.
Each time Korv uses his bardic inspiration, the feathers on the back of his head will radiate with the dancing lights that have infused his feathers.
Disco.
The College of Valor gives Korv proficiency in medium armor and shields, so Korv can wield a shield and gain the shield bonus of +2 AC should he so desire. Also, the Bardic Inspiration now can apply to your damage rolls if you so choose.
Oh, I like that.
Hazel.
Is it my turn? Am I going to be
What
free?
kind of tattoos are you gonna get?
I got a Hazel wig.
Oh, snaps.
That's so pretty.
I don't know how to wear wigs.
Hazel
Check it
has been visiting Petunia and notices that in addition to her time spent in the cathedral with Lady Arya, She also has begun to work, practically, at the Bug Inn, and Mr. Bug has taken a fatherly shine to her. You sense that this is definitely healthy and will help her regain a sense of normalcy in an otherwise abnormal circumstance. Having seen the need to call upon the magic within her more and more, Hazel dives back into her research in the library. Though the librarian, Bethany, does her best to satiate her desire to learn more about magic, Hazel quickly exhausts the resources available to her within the village. Bethany mentions, however, that the traveling merchants often visit the village, and on more than one occasion she has made purchases from booksellers on the market green. She encourages Hazel to watch for the next caravan to arrive in town and see if she can find any additional books that might help her in her search for knowledge.
Every time one shows up, Hazel's there.
In a few days' time, a caravan does indeed arrive, and Hazel, do you wish to look for books?
Oh, yes, please. Absolutely.
As it just so happens,
Magic books.
there is a bookseller with a small wagon on the market green. His name is Carlo, and as you engage in casual conversation with him, you learn that he specializes in fantasy novels, mostly involving the rescue of a beautiful damsel, or a beautiful damsel doing the rescuing, so long as there's a beautiful damsel involved. Though he says he specializes in fantasy novels, you still find it worthwhile to check through his pile of books.
Always.
Roll an investigation check.
Investigation is 8.
As you rifle through the books, Carlo holds up a novel.
I get stuck on the fantasy ones.
You're gonna like this one. This is a great one. I really like this one. It's this magician girl who goes through and she loses her magical powers and then she regains them and then she finds true love and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'll take it.
That's,
you recommend it.
That's gonna be right there. That's gonna be 1 silver piece.
Okay.
Excellent.
Sounds
Roll,
about right to me.
Roll an investigation check as you continue to dig through the books.
14.
14. As Carlo continues to ply other books on you, attempting to sell his wares, you open up a book that looks promising, but as you turn the pages, it still turns out to be a fantasy novel.
I take that one as well.
That's gonna be 1 silver piece.
That's fine.
As you
I read
dig
quick.
through the books one more time, roll an Arcana check.
17.
As you search through the books, your hands feel an ever so subtle pull towards the bottom of the pile. As you reach down, your hands close upon a large, leather-bound tome that appears to be extremely old. It is fitted with a metal clasp that bears a rusty-looking lock. I can't really remember where I got that one. I mean, it's been a long time, obviously.
How does it feel?
I mean, you probably don't want that one. You probably want this one right here, right? Right? This one about the dragon, the lady dragon, huh? This is a good one.
Stuck on the book, and she's like, "No, I think this will do."
I mean, okay, if you don't like that, how about this one? This is about a sailing lady who finds love on the high seas.
If Hazel sends his magic from her, she's just gonna hand him like money and start to walk away with the book.
How much do
Like,
you
"Thank
give him?
I'll give him 10 silver and just walk away.
Oh, come back anytime,
She
please.
doesn't- she doesn't look up. She just
Please
says,
come back anytime.
Thank you.
Wow, he says.
Wow.
You
Okay.
definitely sense something special about this book. You feel that this book wants to be read, much like how your magic wants to be used.
Oh yeah, if it matches that feeling, she is all in it. That's all she knows and thinks about it. Sleep.
How do you attempt to open the book?
I think at first Hazel would look to Arya as the only other person she knows that like knows kind of stuff.
You take the book to Arya, and she says, I don't sense any magic coming off of this book. It seems just to be rusty and old and stuck. You don't have the key?
Arya, I sense magic from this book. The same feeling I get when I use magic.
Well, I'm sorry, my dear. I don't feel magic the same way you do. I believe you, of course, but I'm afraid this is beyond me.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing I can advise you is to try and get the key.
Exactly. Is there? I think she just peruse over it. Maybe go to the blacksmith.
You take the book to the Forge Master,
Or maybe we can make a key.
and though he continues to make his jokes, he cannot seem to cut through the clasp or fashion any sort of key that will open the lock.
This is the strongest lock I've ever felt. Wow, I didn't expect it to be like this. And well, I guess maybe you should find another turnkey establishment.
Billy, that was a good one.
Do you have any advice? Is there any other place that...
I mean, the only other thing I could think of, I guess the lumber mill. They have large saws there. Maybe they can figure something out.
You tried the saw.
Of course, if you saw one, you saw them all. Billy, that was a good one.
I'm not sure if Hazel likes puns yet.
Yes.
That's great. Well, I'm saying she's focused on the book. I think much like that she did with the pearl, she would keep hold of it and peruse over and over again. And like kind of how I say that she asks the magic, like maybe just touches the lock and keeps like thinking like, come on, you can open.
That's a good advice.
You continue to talk to the book and ask, but to no avail. And eventually night falls. Do you try anything else?
Is there any writing on it? Are there any runes on it or anything like that?
It is a simple leather-bound book with a heavy iron clasp.
She can try shocking grasp in the book's lock. Yeah, she shocks the book.
You cast Shocking Grasp on the lock.
Gasp.
The book flutters open.
It worked.
Its pages flap with an unseen wind.
Wow.
As the pages flutter, a strange green glow emanates from within. A glow that gets brighter and brighter. And eventually flashes and blinds Hazel completely. Hazel regains her vision and finds herself in a strange chamber, 30 feet square, made of expert stonework. The 4 walls each have an iron door set into them. The ceiling is 15 feet high, and in the center you can see a skylight, which is a seamless glass dome. Outside the dome there is only inky blackness. There's no apparent light source, but the chamber is illuminated by a sickly green glow. What do you wish to do?
If it's just inky blackness on the outside, Hazel would try a door.
You attempt to open a door, and it is sealed firmly.
Do I still have the book?
No.
Oh.
You have nothing but the clothes on your back and the bracelet around your wrist.
Is there anything written anywhere? Just stonework?
It is simple stonework, expertly crafted, almost seamless between the stones.
I think she should just start feeling the walls around.
Roll an investigation check.
Investigate the wallsies and doorsies. Nine.
The walls appear to be very thick and sturdy, with no openings, seams, levers, catches, triggers, or switches.
I don't know. Hazel Mage's armor. Just precautionary.
You cast mage armor upon yourself.
Womp. Yeah, maybe looking up. Can I peer look into the inky blackness? Does it look thick, or is it like light, or is it like water, or?
It is as if you are staring into a starless sky.
Whoa.
I can't get up there or anything. Hazel yells, "Hey! Anybody?"
Nothing happens in the room.
Hazel Thunderwaves?
You cast Thunderwave. The resulting boom is nearly deafening.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The room stands unchanged.
This is rough.
Hazel attempts many other
grasp on all the
techniques.
doors.
No matter what she tries, the room remains unchanged. Eventually, Hazel exhausts herself through her exertions and falls into a deep sleep. She is awakened by a voice calling her name. She opens her eyes and sees the spectral image of a woman glowing with the same sickly green as the chamber.
Hello?
Hazel, I'm sorry it has taken me so long to greet you, but the enchantments upon this world prevent me from making contact until you realize that you are trapped. This is the Tome of Chaos, created by Mazarin the Fury, a powerful sorcerer who once seated on the King's Council. He created this world as a training ground for his pupils in order to force them into mastering their magic or be consumed and become a denizen of this world. I am Lynn. I was his first pupil and his first failure.
Oh.
It is my burden to usher in all new arrivals and clean up the mess should they fail the challenges herein.
So you know about the magic that's in me.
Before you stands 4 doors. You will need to hone your magical abilities in order to unlock each one. When you unlock the 4th door, you will be free of this tome. Your first challenge starts now.
I got 4 challenges? Can you tell me more about the magic?
She dissipates, and
Damn.
the glass dome of the ceiling unleashes a waterfall in the middle of the room, which quickly begins to fill with water. You hear Lynn's voice ring out. A sorcerer must command the waves of chaos or be engulfed by them. The water flows faster than it ever could in the natural world, and Hazel soon finds herself completely submerged. What do you wish to do, Hazel?
I'm submerged. Hold her breath first. I don't know. She's looking for where is
You're
the water?
being tossed around by the current.
She tries to center herself and gain like footage. Just
Roll an athletics check to
She,
try and
she
swim.
wants to like straighten herself out and not be like brushing around while the little time she has. 11.
You flail your arms underneath the water and attempt to fight the current, but it buffets you around like a twig in the middle of the ocean. Roll a constitution check.
18.
As you are tossed about the room, attempting to fight the current, you are buffeted against the walls, and you feel the breath get knocked out of you.
The hair off of her head.
You gasp, and you feel water fill your lungs.
Oh boy.
I have nothing. Can she try? I want to try to control the water. I want to try to control.
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh Jesus. 16.
16. You attempt
20.
to
Magic.
call upon the magic within you to control the water, but it is a unbridled tidal wave of magic, greater than any you have ever felt. You lose consciousness as water fills your lungs,
I'm sorry, guys.
and you feel
Dead.
the life ebb out of you as you drown in this chamber filled with water.
We had a fun time, everyone.
You are suddenly awake in the chamber, feeling out of breath, remembering the feeling of cold seeping into your lungs as the water filled you up instead of air. Lynn appears in front of you once again and says, "A sorcerer must command the waves of chaos or be engulfed by them."
This is how it feels when the magic takes
The
control.
waterfall appears once again, and the room is quickly filled with water. You find yourself submerged.
Immediately tries to center herself, and then calmly
Roll
asks the magic.
a athletics check to try and swim.
17.
You attempt to fight the current.
What do you want from me?
You're underwater. You can't speak.
She wants to try to control the water. I think she can do it.
Roll an Arcana
Or she
check.
thinks she can do it. 21.
You
Magic.
reach out for the magic, and once again are completely rebuffed by the power.
She's holding her bracelet and asking the magic.
You are buffeted around again and again, and water once again fills your lungs, drowning you. The life seeps out, and your body floats in the middle of the room, lifeless. You once again awaken, and Lynn appears and says,
"You can just hit me with the water again. I know what it
"A
is."
sorcerer must command the waves of chaos or be engulfed by them."
Yeah. I said it
The
earlier.
waterfall appears, and the room fills with water. You find yourself submerged.
Hazel holds her bracelet and channels, as she has done before, whatever it is that makes tides of chaos happen that she gets lucky on, and attempts to control the water.
You hold your bracelet and attempt to call upon the tides of chaos. Roll Arcana check.
What? Oh, sorry. 17.
You attempt to grasp the ebb and flow of the magic, but once again, it evades you. Again and again, this process repeats, and each time Hazel feels the terror of drowning in the middle of the
You guys want to
ocean.
know who Steve's least favorite friend is?
Hey man, I was being sucked on by a leech,
You sucked on something back.
and I
It's
licked a
okay.
boy. I licked a
Time and time again, Hazel attempts plan after plan.
Thunderwave.
Hazel realizes she cannot speak while underwater. She senses that a thunder wave may help the cacophonous force pushing outward.
I can't do it without verbal.
Roll an Arcana check.
13.
You, after an unknown amount of time of drowning and coming back and facing this challenge,
I
realize
will control this.
that you must master the command of magic and twist the spells to suit your purposes. You begin to understand that the thread of magic is deeper than you realize. A wellspring of power surges up within you, and you use a subtle spell. You invoke the wellspring of magic within you, draining some of its energy, and you are able to cast Thunderwave without verbal or somatic components. As you cast Thunderwave without speaking or moving your hands, the thunderous sound bursts out, and a sphere of water dissipates, and it blows open one of the doors, draining the water from the room. You gasp for air and find yourself once again in the chamber.
How long has it felt?
You have no idea.
Oh God. Yeah, Hazel's just on the ground.
You've died
She's breathing.
many times.
Lynn, bring it on.
You are exhausted and fall into a deep sleep.
Later. Bye.
If you dream, you do not remember any of your dreams. When you awaken, Lynn appears before you, and she issues a second challenge. The flow of magic is like a wild beast. If you do not wrest control of it, it will consume you.
Oh my
Lynn
God.
dissipates, and in her place stands a green-eyed, ravenous-looking wolf made of iron. It snarls menacing at you.
There's no reason to get angry, Wolf.
What do you do?
Hazel would let it take, I guess, the first move, but she's gonna back away from it. And no
Faster
reason-
than you can realize, the
Yep.
wolf teleports in front of you and tears out your throat.
Oh.
You feel blood leaking from your body,
I don't like this.
and slowly you expire. You reawaken in the chamber, and Lynn appears, saying, "The flow of magic is like a wild beast. If you do not wrest control of it, it will consume you." Suddenly, a wolf made of iron appears in the room and snarls at you menacingly.
She grabs it, shocking grasp.
As you step towards the wolf, it teleports away from your grasp.
Thunderwave.
As you cast Thunderwave, the wolf is unaffected.
It's metal.
It teleports behind you and tears open your spinal column,
Jeez.
crunching it between its powerful jaws. You expire.
Lynn, give me a break.
You reappear in the chamber, and Lynn issues the challenge once again. And once again, the hound appears.
Mage armor.
You cast Mage Armor.
Wild magic.
Time and time again, you try different techniques against the wolf, and time again, it tears open your throat, or crushes your spine, or eviscerates you terribly.
Each toe one at a time.
Roll an Arcana check.
15.
15. You realize that the wellspring of power within you, like in the last challenge, is the key to wresting control of this
Give me my
iron
wellspring
wolf.
of power, magic. Come on.
What do you wish to do?
I want to try to make a stronger spell. I would say a stronger, like empower a spell, maybe? A mage armor gets super powerful or something? Because I don't think I can kill it without... All I have is lightning. Can I make a minor illusion of myself?
The wolf appears to be made of the same iron as the lock on the book.
Yeah, I'm going to try to shocking grasp.
Each time you move towards the wolf, it teleports away from you.
Memorized. I just know the metamagics I was going to take. I try to cast the touch spell Shocking Grasp, but at a distance.
You feel the wellspring of power surge up inside you.
Burn that sorcery point, baby.
And you drain some energy from this wellspring and are able to send your grasp across the room at a distance, engulfing the wolf in lightning. Yeah. It twitches uncontrollably as your magic surges through it and then falls to the ground, lifeless.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Another door opens. You are exhausted from once again being killed countless times.
Nap time.
You sleep once again. And as you awaken, Lynn appears and issues you the third challenge.
All the metamagics now.
Your body is temporary, but magic is everlasting. With the challenge issued, a column of light shines down from the central dome, and needles of force begin shooting out at you.
Mage armor. Mage armor immediately.
You cast mage armor.
Empowered mage armor.
The bolts of force ricochet off of your mage armor. The barrage is seemingly endless. And eventually, your mage armor runs out. The needles pierce through your body and pin you to the wall. Ooh. And you feel the blood leaking out of countless holes, puncturing your torso.
No, not that one. Not that one.
You reawaken in the chamber.
Look at all the metamagic.
Lynn issues a challenge once again. Your body is temporary, but magic is everlasting.
Lynn's a jerk.
Hazel, once again, is faced with the column of light spewing out needles of force. One punctures her arm. One punctures her shoulder.
The thunder wave.
You cast Thunder Wave. A cacophonous boom fills the room, and the barrage persists. One punctures your stomach.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's not good.
One punctures your skull.
Oh, and there that goes.
You fall to the ground lifeless.
She says.
That's what she
On and on, the cycle continues as Hazel
I don't think I can win this one. These are all
feels
Oh, this is great. I love
the sting of the force, shattering bone, ripping through flesh time and time again.
I can twin it. She keeps trying. I don't think Hazel stops. She just tries more and more to empower somehow mage armor or empower thunder wave.
Roll an Arcana check.
10.
You occasionally cast mage armor reflexively, and you notice that when mage armor is active, the needles of force are deflected from you. After 8 hours, the mage armor wears out,
I thought that happened with the first time.
and the bolts
She tries to
eviscerate
channel
you.
her wellspring of magic to make it last longer.
Feeling the wellspring of power within her, Hazel casts an extended spell upon her mage armor, casting mage armor upon herself and sitting down as the barrage of needles fire again and again. 16 hours, the barrage continues. And just as mage armor is about to expire, the column of light dissipates,
And I'm just waiting for Lynn.
and a door opens.
so bad.
Did you get this far, Lynn?
No, clearly not.
Exhausted once again from being awake 16 straight hours, Hazel falls into a deep sleep. When she awakens, Lynn appears once again. The well of magic will always overflow. It is up to you to guide its course. With this, the dome flashes with a blinding light for a moment, and Hazel sees her
Hazel's
father
ready.
standing before her.
Oh.
Her father standing in front of her, shielding her from a huge razor turtle, a native predator to her home village. Hazel remembers this moment from her childhood when her father risked being sliced open by the jagged edges of its shell to help an overturned razor turtle that had beached itself upon the shore. The turtle's eyes glow with green light, and it charges at Broderick, her father.
Hazel screams and tries to channel all of her magic to Thunderwave, but without hurting Broderick.
Roll an Arcana check.
18.
18. Feeling the wellspring of power within her, Hazel uses her meta magic to cast a careful spell, casting Thunderwave as
come
the
in handy
turtle
for you
charges, and choosing to protect her father. The turtle is sent reeling backwards by the blast of thunderous sound, landing upon its back, flailing its legs in the air as it cannot overturn itself. Broderick turns to Hazel. He tells you, "I'm proud of you, Hazel. I've
Hazel.
always been proud."
Hazel goes to try to hug him.
He is incorporeal.
She phases right through him.
As he fades, he says, "You have your mother's eyes." With that,
What else?
the fourth door opens.
Getting some Lily Potter vibes here.
Hazel is greeted by Lynn once again.
You weren't going to get me with that dad one, were you?
I knew you were up to the task.
Shut up, Lynn.
Hazel, you
That
have
first one.
great power within you and great potential to use it. Never forget, you are a sorcerer. The tides of chaos are yours to command as you see fit. You have mastered the art of meta magic. This tome, however, extracts a price from its pupils. Only 2 of these powers will stay with you as you leave. You may learn the others in time. Now go. Go and continue to master your skills. The dome above glows white, steadily getting brighter and brighter until it engulfs Hazel yet again. When she regains her sight, she is back where she first opened the book. It seems as though several weeks have passed.
Where was my body?
Hazel still remembers the sting of death that accompanied each of the trials.
I think that would really stick with her.
She knows that she must master the magic or be consumed by it. However, now she is one step closer, having mastered meta magic. In time, our heroes reconvene in the village of Star.
Oh, hey guys.
More powerful than they once were.
I
We
said
have
I wasn't
now
too.
reached level 3.
Level 3.
For reals. Hazel now has a green streak in her hair.
Ooh.
Each time she uses meta magic, it flares with the same green glow as the tome. So, to recap,
Awesome.
everybody's level 3. Sam, for Robair, has chosen the Monster Slayer path.
Boom.
He can deal more damage and cast a new spell. Korv has chosen the College of Valor, which gives him proficiency with medium armor shields and can use Bardic Inspiration to increase damage instead of just attack roll. Idunn is the path of the Zealot. Infused with Divine Energy, she can charge her strikes while in a rage with Divine Energy to be more damaging.
Boom. Kabaki.
And Hazel has gained the power of meta magic, and she has chosen the Careful and Distant meta magic. Next time on
Oh, I forgot to make a background.
Dynamite D&D,
We leave
level
the village.
3 awaits.
Yes.
What circumstances surround this strange silver-haired girl, Petunia, as they have come to call her?
Hey.
Will they ever get those rats out of Vikrux's root cellar?
Will Hazel join the Fisherman's Guild?
And will the local stagehands ever be able to forgive Korv for stabbing them in the back and taking the work from them?
She's pretty inspirational now.
Find out next time on Dynamite D&D. Once again, this is a summer-long project of Steve. Keep your eyes on the Twitter. Keep your eyes on the Instagram. Follow that Patreon if you want. All the links are down below. And we'll see you next time. Thank you once again for joining us. We're going to roll the credits. Peace out, everybody!
Kudos.